What's up guys? Welcome back to the FPL Lounge. In today's video, we'll look at some of the most underrated midfielders in Euro Fantasy. And by underrated, I'm referring to players who currently have an ownership of 5% or below. This is the FPL Lounge, and if you have not subscribed to the channel yet, then hit that subscribe button and the bell icon next to it for all the latest updates. First on the list is Ruslan Malinovsky from Ukraine. At a price of 7 million, he has an ownership of only 1%. He plays for Atalanta in the Italian Serie A and has had a very good season. He scored 8 goals and provided 12 assists, which was the highest by any player in Serie A this season. He also created the third most big chances in Serie A this season. Ukraine were very good in the Euro qualifiers. They topped their group, which included Portugal as well, and Malinovsky scored 3 goals and assisted 3 in the qualifiers. Now Ukraine have a decent group consisting of Netherlands, North Macedonia and Austria. That matchday 1 game against Netherlands might look tough on paper, but the Dutch are without Van Dijk. Daley Blind recently underwent surgery and could be out as well. So there could be goals in this game, and a plus point is that Malinovsky is on free kicks for Ukraine and probably on penalties as well. Next up, we have Steven Berghuis from Netherlands. He has a price of 7 million and an ownership of only 1%, which is very underwhelming considering how good a season he has had. He plays for Feyenoord in the Dutch league and he has been one of the absolute best players in the league this season. His stats include 18 goals, which is the third highest in the league, 12 assists, which is the second highest in the league, and he created the fourth highest number of big chances in the league as well. In the World Cup qualifiers for Netherlands, he played 3 games and scored 2 and assisted 1 in those games. Netherlands have a pretty decent group consisting of Ukraine, Austria and North Macedonia. And Netherlands would be looking to bounce back after missing the last Euros and the last World Cup. They are a very attack-minded team and Berghuis seems to be pretty much nailed on as well. One plus point with him is that he is classified as a midfielder in Euro Fantasy, but he plays as a forward on the right wing. Next up, we have the first of the 2 Italians on my list today, Domenico Berardi. He has an ownership of 1% and is priced at only 6 million. He plays for Sassuolo in the Serie A and he has had a very good season with them. He scored 17 goals, provided 7 assists and created 10 big chances in the league. He was 4th for most shots in Serie A, so he is an attack-minded player and he is in form as well. Italy do have a decent group consisting of Turkey, Switzerland and Wales. The problem however is that Italy have a very strong midfield. They have lots of good options in the midfield, so it is tough to predict if Berardi would make it to the starting 11. Next on the list is Yusuf Yazisi from Turkey. Selected by 3%, he is a very good budget enabler with a price of 5.5 million. He plays his club football in the French league for Lille, a team who upset PSG this season to claim the league title. Yazisi had a breakout season for them with 7 goals and 4 assists in only 10 starts. He created 4 big chances in the league as well. And that's not all. He was a joint top scorer in the Europa League with 7 goals and 1 assist in 8 games. So he's a player in form. Turkey do have a tricky group though. They have a tough fixture in matchday 1 against Italy, who are quite strong defensively. Others in the group are Wales, who have kept a clean sheet in 8 out of 11 games after the Euro qualifiers, and Switzerland, who are quite solid at the back too. Next on the list is Lorenzo Insigne from Italy. He has a price of 8.5 million and is selected by only 4% of the managers, which is very low guys because he is coming into the tournament on the back of a fabulous season. He was one of the absolute best players in Serie A this term. He plays for Napoli and Napoli were unlucky not to qualify for the UCL. But take nothing away from Insigne. He scored 19 goals, which is his career best and the 7th highest in the league this season. He ranked 2nd for the most shots in the league, only behind Cristiano Ronaldo. He provided 7 assists and created 12 big chances in the league as well. In the Euro qualifiers, he scored 3 goals and provided 1 assist, and he looks like an absolute nail-on starter for the Azzurri. Italy are also the favourites in the group that consists of Turkey, Switzerland and Wales. And Italy have a very well-rounded team. They are good in attack as well as defense. In the Euro qualifications, they scored 37 goals in 10 games, the second highest by any team, and Insigne is one of their best attacking options. Next up is Bernardo Silva from Portugal. He has an ownership of just 2%, criminally underpicked in my opinion. He has a price of 8.5 million. He plays for Manchester City in the Premier League and looking at his stats, he has 2 goals and 6 assists in 24 starts, created 8 big chances in the league and guys, don't be fooled by his club stats. He's a totally different beast when it comes to the international stage. He was the best player at the inaugural UEFA Nations League. In the Euro qualifiers, he scored 3 goals and provided 5 assists in 4 games. Portugal are part of the group of death, but they have a nice matchday 1 fixture against Hungary. Bernardo Silva has a great chemistry with Cristiano Ronaldo, and if Ronaldo decides to turn into a goal machine, then we know where the assists are coming from. And the last player on the list is Dani Olmo from Spain. He's priced at a decent 7 million and has an ownership of only 2%. He plays his club football in the German Bundesliga for Leipzig, who ended up as runners-up to Bayern Munich, and Olmo was a key member of the team. He started 26 games, scored 5 goals, provided 9 assists and created 8 big chances. In the Euro qualifiers, he scored 3 and assisted 1 in 3 games. He has also started 4 out of the last 5 matches for Spain. But he faces tough competition from other players as well for a place in the starting 11, Mikel Oyarzabal being the most notable one. Spain have a really nice group with Sweden, Poland and Slovakia, and there could be goals in these games because Spain have some really nice attacking talent. So if you're looking for a mid-priced option from Spain, then Dani Olmo could be the man. Alright, so that's it for today. If you liked the video, then please show your support by pressing the like button and sharing the video with your friends. Thank you for watching.